Hi, family. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well and hope everything is okay and hope everything will go well for you throughout this year. I put up I do a live yesterday and I find the live on the side. The video like have me on the side. I don't know if it's how I turn my camera. I think it's how I turn my camera. I was videoing with my phone and I put the phone cross way. So by I put the phone cross way, it that's how it came out with the video. Anyhow, y'all don't bother with that. You could always correct that in a next video. So I just say let me check in to see how you guys doing. Alright? Yesterday we spoke about um some sewing problems sometimes we might encounter, like the zipper, through the needle and things like that. Now sometimes we encounter also is problem with our sewing machine. Some of us have the domestic sewing machine. Some of us have the industrial sewing machine. Now, most time when our machine giving problem, most time is servicing our machine need. Most time, sometime our machine need oiling, our machine need cleaning, our machine maybe the foot need changing, maybe our needle need changing. So most time when our machine giving problem, because sometimes we may sewing and the machine may be skipping stitch, the machine the bobbin thread may be tangling up, the thread may be busting and all those things. Most time the problem does be is our machine needs servicing. As I said before, our needle maybe need changing, especially if we keep getting a break thread. Maybe you could aisle around by the with the thread passing through the needle loop. You could put a little aisle there and things like that. Because sometimes you're sewing and the machine giving real stress. That is for the domestic machine. Clean it. Get the machine came with a little kit with a little brush inside. Or what I like to do if my machine giving problem and I realize that my machine needs servicing, it need cleaning. If there is anybody around my area what know about machine who study in this field, I would call them and let they give my machine a good servicing. I won't try to do it myself because I am not in this field. I did not study that. They have people in the field who study that. So if you find your machine giving problem, you could call a serviceman who knew about these things and let him do the servicing for you. Or if there's not anyone close to you by your area, maybe there's a machine outlet, maybe you can call and ask them if they do servicing and service your machine. Most time our machine get trouble is because we are not taking care of it. Our machine full of dust, it full of lint, it full of thread, it full of all these things. So when we keep our machine clean and neat, our machine would work smooth. And next thing you can do, what I like to do if I realize I didn't clean my machine for over 2 weeks or a week or maybe a month, I would get a hair dryer, blow dryer, a hair blow dryer, and I would put it, plug it in a socket, and I would blow out my machine with some cool air, not on the hot air. On the cool air setting, I would put the cool air setting, and I would blow my machine out with all the lint, all the dust, and it does come out. Or what you can do, if you have a vacuum, you can vacuum out the dust as well. Or you can use a little toothbrush, maybe a old toothbrush you have, or you could purchase a toothbrush and you can brush that out. They even have those makeup brush. They have some fine slim one. They have some the big one. You have different type of makeup brush you can purchase and you can clean your machine from that. Those brush work perfectly, right? I like to use the blow hair dryer, the hand blow dryer for use dry your hair with to clean out my machine. Okay, now for the industrial machine, I do the same. I use the same hair blow dryer and I blow out all the dust. I wipe it down. I change the needle. I change the look at the thread, the fabric, especially the fabric you're sewing. Look at what thread this fabric need. Look at the needle type where you need to sew this fabric, because sometimes a thin fabric just require a thinner needle, a smaller size needle, right? So sometimes we may sew in a heavy fabric, we may put a size 18 or a size 16 needle inside our machine, and we forget we go and we buy a thinner fabric or a jersey material and we hustle to sew it with that same needle. That won't work. Now, if you find when you're sewing fabric and it, especially jersey material, and your thread tend to skip, right? They have foot selling for that, right? They have foot, this is Teflon or Teflon. Something is the name of the foot. I will get it and I will show you where you could use that foot for stitch anything. You know what? Or what you can do is put a piece of scotch tape onto your needle foot and stitch it. Right? So sometimes we need to change the needle on our sewing machine often as possible. Next, you need to clean out your oil, your machine. If you have an industrial machine, sometimes the industrial machine came with self-oiling. So all you have to do is put the oil inside. I like my own is a self-oiling sewing machine because I have an industrial sewing machine, a straight stitch lock stitch machine. So with a one needle, all you have to do is put the oil inside, and it's a self-oiling machine. It oil with all the parts, right? So check out and see if your machine giving problem. See what is the issue, because most time you can fix the machine for yourself. Just dust it, open out the we call it the needle plate. Look all in the bobbin where the bobbin does sit in the bobbin socket. Sometimes it have dust there. Clean out all that dust. Sometimes it have thread stuck there. Sometimes a pin fall or a needle fall and stuck right there. So check and see what is the problem. If your machine giving problem, if the stitch skipping. Sometimes also the bobbin thread is too slack, or sometimes if your needle thread bossing, the bobbin thread is too tight. So you have to look at all these issues and find out what is the problem of the machine. If you try all this and you notice that nothing improve, look for a service man or a service company or an outlet right nearby you or in some area, and call and ask them if they would service machine. Most time they do find the problem of the machine that we can't even find, or sometimes it's just a minor, but they know more about machine, so they would find the problem more easier or quicker than us. So if you know you're developing problem with your machine and the machine is not sewing and all these things, try a few of these tips that I give you, and if anything in work, call a service man and let that service man service your machine. So I hope these little tips help you, and thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye and enjoy.